If we stand together, we'll never fall. We can make a difference.
Well, hi there and good morning. Welcome back to another episode of the All Around Growth Podcast. This is a show that provides insight and tools to build the lives and homesteads of our dreams. My name is Rob Kaiser and I am your host. Today is Friday, August 26th, 2022, and this is episode number 408. It's kind of hard to believe that it's August 26th already, but indeed it is. And the title of today's show is Social Media Marketing. We are back in the rotation talking about topics that apply to the 7 different aspects of our life: financial, physical, personal development, family, spiritual, social, and career. And today we are talking about social, and we are talking about social media marketing. And there's been a lot of talk in the podcast lately, talk about monetizing the podcast and uniting it with everything going on here at York Meadow Farm. And for those of you who may not really be aware of what York Meadow Farm is, let me give you the simple breakdown. York Meadow Farm produces handcrafted batches of probiotic-rich fermented foods and all-natural bath and body products scented with pure essential oils. York Meadow Farm is the name of the farm and homestead where I live. I live here with my parents, and 3 months ago I quit my job so that I could help grow this into something that we've been talking and dreaming about for over a decade at this point. So that's what York Meadow Farm is. And in order to do this, the next step that we are taking in terms of growth and development is an online store. And we're going to launch that next month. And so in order to do that, and when I say we, I mean me, I'm looking at different marketing strategies and how we can go about moving this forward. And that's kind of why I'm taking the show in the direction that I am, is because I'm passionate about the show, and I'm passionate about my family, and I'm passionate about the products that we make and sell, and I'm passionate about the future, and I'm passionate about everything. And I'm confident that that's going to help us reach levels of success that we've not even been able to dream of, let alone comprehend. So, in order to do that, we've got to have marketing strategies, okay? So I put a poll out in the Telegram group, which was, which social media platform do you use most to promote your business? And I would encourage you to check out the Telegram group. You can find that on your internet browser at t.me/allaroundgrow and fill out that poll. We've got a few options: Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Nextdoor, and other. And then you can let us know in the comments what you use predominantly. And there's only one option. Which social media platform do you use the most? And I'm interested in your input because social media has changed over the past few years. It changes on the regular. And so in order to determine what the most effective approach is towards social media marketing, I am in the process of finding information that I trust and I believe in, because there's a lot of information out there. If you look up social media marketing online, you're going to be inundated with garbage, and a lot of what you find is going to be largely dependent on your search engine, right? And how that search engine interfaces or how you interface with that search engine and the data that's extracted from you while using it. I prefer to use a search engine called Presearch, and that's not one that I use exclusively. And what I mean by that is the way that I've got it set up, I can also, with a click, get right over to Google and use all my extensions that I use with Google, like keywords everywhere and everything, so it's not like I don't use Google, but to obtain more effective search results, I use Presearch, which lacks some of the data harvesting mechanisms that Google does, as far as I can tell. It seems to be working well for me. I continue to use it. So anyways, a few quick searches on Presearch, but then I decided to search within the 48 Days Eagles community, because that is a community of people who are out there trying to build things on their own, just like me, just like you, and if you're not quite there yet, just like you want to do and are planning on doing. Okay, so keep everything in this show available for reference. All right, this is episode number 408, social media marketing. Make a note of this show, keep the links available, and you will want to have this for future reference, okay? So, in my search on the 48 Days Eagles community, I came across a post titled Social Media Marketing, and I just felt like reading it and reading a few responses along with my own that I will formulate on the fly after doing so. And I figured this would make part of a good show. So, for privacy reasons, I'm going to refrain from indicating who posted this, because I don't know. It's hell, guys. It's 2022, right? It's a weird world out there, and we'll just roll with anonymous and call this man John. John writes within the 48 Days Eagles community, I have a question about marketing on social media, such as Facebook. It is my understanding that lots of money can be made by marketing in that venue. At least that's what a lot of internet marketers are saying. Considering a future business, I have a huge mental problem. It's called the I hate Facebook problem. I think my disgust comes from my interaction on Facebook. Originally, I got on Facebook because I thought it was cool establishing long-lost contact with former high school classmates as well as extended family members. After years of looking at stupid baby pictures, I knew for a fact that my babies were prettier, what people were eating for dinner, people's favorite religious memes, and what the mediocre lives they all seem to be living. I decided this activity was a significant drain on me moving forward in life. Sound familiar? Therefore, to consider advertising or to run a business with a social media presence is anathema to me. Also, I never click on Facebook advertisements and have never bought anything through those advertisements. I don't get why social media is supposedly a lucrative advertising medium. Having said that, Bob Bly, an expert advertising copywriter, told me something I will never forget. I wrote to him that I hate watching forced advertising videos, and I wanted to know if those formats sold a lot of product. The videos are mostly long advertising copy in video format, and the videos usually don't allow you to fast forward to obtain the information efficiently. You are forced to watch the entire thing. On a topic of interest, I will read long copy, but I will not sit through a long video. Bob wrote back that they had done marketing studies, and yes, they do work. They don't know why they work, but they do. So, is marketing on social media one of those things that work regardless of my personal bias? Would I be leaving a lot of money on the table by not marketing in that venue? Or is it a matter of matching the marketing to the specific business? In other words, do some companies work well in that format and others do not? Okay, so, there was a lot there, and people began commenting with the fact that they were curious about what others would share. And this individual thinks that word of mouth is the best marketing. Excellent service and value travel far. At this point, he thinks marketing on Facebook is like holding up a business card next to a 6-lane highway. He's moving away from Facebook and thinks that others will too over time. Thinks there are far better networking venues popping up to demonstrate your unique gifts in, but that is only his gut response. So he's looking for more experienced people to share their opinion, and that was Brian. So we've got another individual with named Rob, just like me, and he wrote a long comment that actually prompted the idea for me to share this post as in part of this show today. And he writes, "Hey Joe, short answer, Facebook advertising absolutely works. There are methods and there is an art as well as science to it, but it works. For what it's worth, if you don't like the things that show up in your feed, you have complete control over the posts you see. You can unfollow without unfriending, and that will remove content from your feed. I would recommend getting involved in groups that share your interests and making new friends. Just because it was originally used to connect with old high school friends doesn't mean it has to stay that way. I'm friends with people all over the world from all different walks of life with whom I share common interests, and it's awesome. I've also run paid ads with success because the targeting capabilities, assisted by fellow 48 Days Eagle member Greg Tosi as well. There is a very fine-grained control over all kinds of things. Facebook is a goldmine if you figure out how to use the system and don't run afoul of their terms. It's also very quantifiable in terms of a return of an ROI, which will tell you what works and what doesn't. Social media done right is a marketer or business owner's dream come to fruition. I've amplified my social media efforts and have seen a remarkable increase in business activity. I've started instructional YouTube videos, I've got a podcast, I've got a private group on Facebook, and I'm on Twitter, Instagram, and more. Systems are important to keep up with, to say the least. Social media is about connecting, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, or something else. Join in the conversation, deliver value, be good and kind, and it can do great things for your business. And this post comes from Rob, and this is all part of dialogue that takes place in the 48 Days Eagles community, which is, in effect, a social media platform. Not in effect, it is a social media platform. It is run through something called Mighty Networks, and let's see what that is, because I'm actually not familiar with that. Mighty Networks allows you to build communities, courses, and memberships. With a Mighty Network, you can bring your courses, memberships, and offers together in a powerful community under your brand on iOS, Android, and more. It is a cool community platform that's available for individual creators and brands. Its interface is easy to use. It operates much like Facebook, and I think it's pretty cool. That's how the 48 Days Eagles community is set up, and that's what it operates on. And I think it's worth it because of the content that I get just like that. So someone else, Trisha, writes, Joe, you're not alone. A lot of people have felt or currently feel the way you feel. I've gotten super jaded with Facebook, and I do social media marketing work for people now. I want to talk about LinkedIn, but a quick word about Facebook first. Facebook isn't exclusively about ads. There are very effective ways to strategically grow your presence organically without any use of ads. In fact, that's a great place to start, and then you can run more targeted ads because you know a little better who your audience is. Having read your response to Aaron, I would say if you're going to get on social media, LinkedIn would be your best bet. This is where I put most of my focus as I'm connecting with business owners. LinkedIn is much more professional than Facebook. It's a very different atmosphere. Plus, there are loads of people on LinkedIn, but not too many are posting content and engaging there, so you're more likely to be seen if you're active. Okay. And then Joe writes back that, you know, he's on LinkedIn and yada, yada, yada. And, you know, is considering using LinkedIn more. And then Dan Miller chimes in, author of 48 Days to the Work You Love, where this whole community comes from, this Eagles community, and he writes, Joe, I so get your love-hate relationship with Facebook. I feel like you do about the worthlessness of 99% of what's out there. But does it work? Like nothing I've ever experienced. I can do radio, TV, newspaper, or billboard advertising and hope it did something. But with Facebook ads, the return is immediate and quantifiable. For the webinar I did last week on building a side business, we had over 2,600 registrants. We got a surge of new members, people who were in my SS class 25 years ago, and people who used to listen to me when I was on the radio in Nashville. The Facebook ads prompted that connection from long ago, and now they are members in the Eagle community. I've never experienced the immediate payback of money spent on Facebook ads. 48 Days Eagle Advisory Board member Greg Tosi is the master behind what we do in that area. And then Joe responds, wow, Dan, you just gave me a huge adjustment to my thinking. My attitude has now improved 100%. I'm glad I asked this question because it's bothered me for quite some time. So from now on, when I think of Facebook, instead of seeing mental images of babies and food, I will see images of dollars and wealth. And that's what's up. I think that's good. You know, that's the attitude that I'm trying to take as well, because I went through a period of time, and quite frankly, as I'm still there, where I hate Facebook. Don't like it. And once Facebook became Instagram or Instacrat became Facebook, and it all became Meta. Oof. I don't know. You know, I really stopped engaging. I still engaged with our farm page, and like this woman who chimed in the comment thread earlier, I was still involved with it for business, but I hated it so much that I even got myself out of everything at my day job a couple of seasons ago. Was able to delegate that out to someone else. So, you know, so that is just a snapshot into what the 48 Days Eagles consists of and some of the dialogue that takes place there. But as I went on to learn more about social media marketing, I decided to share this poll. Which social media platforms do you use most to promote your business? Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and Nextdoor. I posted that in another Telegram group called TSP Small Business Owners, and that's the Survival Podcast. And I'll link to the Survival Podcast in the show notes as well. And I think that this is important because what came up in some of the dialogue, it wasn't so much that the dialogue was generated from my poll, but this dialogue was already taking place about marketing and advertisements and things like that. And it's interesting how it came up, and that's neither here nor there, but what came up was the use of Google, and there was a link that, let's see, looks like LOLK shared a link from Skillshop that I will link to in the show notes. That was pretty cool, all right? And looks like there are courses on Google Ads, how you can grow your skills using Google Ads to advertise your business online and get Google Ads certified. There is Google Marketing Platform, and you can learn how to achieve your marketing objectives and get certified in Google Marketing Platforms. There's Google Analytics. You can learn how Google Analytics can help you grow your business through intelligent data collection and analysis. There is Google My Business, and you can discover how Google My Business can support your business. There's also YouTube and courses for managed music, enterprise media partners, and content ID partners. There's Google Ad Manager. All right, Publisher University is now part of Skillshop, and you can explore our new content to help you grow your proficiency with our publisher tools. And there's Waze Fundamentals e-learning. You can discover how to turn your location into a destination with the power of Waze ads. And then there's Google Ad Mob, where you can manage your inventory and drive revenue with Google Ad Mob. Authorized Buyers, where you can learn how to get started as an authorized buyer and understand the workflow of the authorized buyer program. There's also the Android Enterprise Academy, where you can explore and learn about the world's most powerful mobile platform, which is built for business. There is something called Grow with Google, and a number of other things, okay? But the bottom line is there are tools and resources available out there for free, things that you can do to become qualified, if you will, and that may even lead to some side work, okay? But ultimately, this is information and knowledge that you can put to use to grow your business, and it's something that I think I'm going to input to grow ours. Now, somebody in the all-around growth group, you know, there was some dialogue about smartphones and technology and, you know, trying to, and this is something that I've been interested in, and this kind of came up because I shared a link from the Above phone, okay? And so what's interesting about the Above phone, and I will link to the Above phone in the show notes. What's interesting about that is that it has partnered with Presearch, okay? And the Above phone is powered by secure hardware and transparent software that protects you from surveillance and control. So out of the box, you've got a suite of free and open source apps that take care of everything you need without tracking you. Okay, so like what, you know, what we get, like all the things that we use for free, all right, they're not simply for free. What we exchange for the use of these apps that make our lives easier is our data. And so when people say things like, we're living in a simulation, or, you know, this is the Matrix, I'm inclined to agree. Because we're here in this world, and then we are not. We can't bring anything that we have with us, wherever that is, that comes after. Okay? And while I think privacy is important, and some of the individuals behind the above phone, like Ramiro Romani, who I met as part of the Freedom Cell Network activation tour over a year ago. You know, while I'm all about these open source smartphones and privacy, I also understand where we are. And I guess, I made a comment in the group chat that said, I've reached a point where I believe there is no escaping. Rather, it's how we navigate within the simulation that allows us, or rather facilitates our success. It's a mindset more than anything else. And what I mean by that is, I think the technology, I think the devices, I think everything that we have at our disposal now, it's not inherently evil, but what it does is it exposes us to so much more quickly than we've ever been exposed to before. And I really believe that Homo sapiens sapiens, the species that we were, simply was not prepared to deal with technology in the way that they experienced it, in addition to the food system, the way that it's been experienced over the past 10,000 years. The end result is, like Arthur Haynes wrote in his book, The New Path, is what we are today. Homo sapiens domesticus fragilis. We are the domesticated, fragile human. All right? There is no escaping this reality. All right? You can go carnivore all you want, all right? Or do your keto or whatever and eat your proper human diet, okay? But like, that doesn't really change the fact that it doesn't change your genetics, okay? So I'm not shitting all over that, because like, I'm all about it. I'm all about lifestyle change. I've lost 100 pounds over the past 10 plus years. Currently I'm currently making a living making and selling fermented foods that I eat on the regular that's helped contribute to my health and well-being. I'm actively engaging in mobility and stretching routines to learn how to do the proper Asian squat, the primal squat, the Slavic squat, the whatever we want to call it, this movement that many Western people can't do because Homo sapiens domesticus fragilis, we are the fragile, domesticated human. Unable to move and unable to do much of anything mentally because we've become weakened. We have the ability to change, but it's also important for us, we can't just simply disconnect entirely. I think we can navigate and redirect our trajectory from where we were back to Homo sapiens by making some lifestyle changes, by focusing on goals in these 7 different aspects of our life and living a life towards and embracing all-around growth. But I think it's also important to understand that this is where we are. This is our reality. You can call it a simulation, you can call it whatever, but Google, Amazon, those, Azure, okay, whatever. But Google and Amazon are so integrated into your life. You can say that you hate Amazon, you hate Jeff Bezos, but chances are some of your favorite websites and some of your favorite businesses are operating on websites that are hosted by Amazon Web Services, okay? Or utilizing the Google Cloud platform. There is no escaping this. And to put all your time, effort, and energy into focusing on people who don't support Jeff Bezos and the Amazon conglomerate, dude, relax, okay? Stop focusing on the negative and start focusing on the positive. Focus on things like, people like myself and my family supporting this show. One of the ways that you can do that, the best way that you can do that right now, is going to the show notes, signing up for the email newsletter, and staying tuned for the online store, which is going to be released next month. Other ways that you can promote the show: share it far and wide, social media, or connect with me, allaroundgrowth@gmail.com. Matrix is everywhere. I'm embedded within it. Google. Look, I use it. Don't hate me. Help me get beyond it. Connect with me on Telegram, t.me/allaroundgrowth, and learn or share your information with what you know with us to help us learn, help us grow and disconnect and get beyond the matrix. And if you like what you hear here on the show, you want to participate with it, you want to sponsor the show, or got a product or something you want me to endorse and check out and help you sell, hey, I'm all about it. That's what we're trying to do here. Help each other grow, all around growth in all ways, shapes, and forms, because, well, that, my friends, is the real way to disconnect and disengage from the matrix, all right? To be truly self-sufficient and live a life that really embraces something resembling freedom. And that is not what they want you to think it is. This is Rob Kaiser, and thank you.
The needs are many and answers a few. People turn away, and I wonder why. If I can help somebody, then I want to try. People may think that it's all that I believe in friendship and love. And truth is always the best way to the world that may seem odd. I'm an odd fellow. I'm an odd fellow. I'm an odd fellow. If we stand together, we'll never fall. We can make a difference and answer the call. We know the times are wasting every day, and we can help somebody along the way. People may think that it's all that I believe